The opinions and views expressed in the following program are those of the speakers and the host, and do not necessarily reflect those of Yoakley Scott Corporation and your sports network. Hello, everybody. Welcome inside a Thursday episode of Running Point on ysnlive.com, brought to you by our good friends, Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. They go the extra mile for you. We try to do the same here on this show every single day. We're continuing that trend today. We have player profiles like we try to feature every day on this show. And it will be Marin Hepler from Columbiana Volleyball featured on today's episode. Columbiana just one loss on the year. They're rolling through the EOAC. They're going for their second straight EOAC championship. Remember, they finally got through the whole Wellsville ceiling last year. Remember, it was Wellsville's conference. Everyone else was just living in it until last year when the Clippers finally broke through, won the conference. They're trying to go back-to-back, and they're well on their way this year so far. Just that one loss to McDonald this week, which was a very great performance by McDonald. They had several double-doubles and even a triple-double in that game as well. So a lot of things to look forward to for Columbiana. Marin Hepler, one of the great seniors. They have a big senior class. We had a chance to talk with her a little bit earlier on in the season, so we're going to feature that player profile on today's show, as well as what we always do, which is go over the games from last night and tonight, talk about them, see what went on, see what went down. We had some golf championships be crowned, some MVAC championships that we can bring up as well. So we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about it. Let's go into the scoreboard here on the website. We'll bring it up for you on the screen. The YSN scoreboard is a great tool for the YSN fan, whether you're at one of the games or watching one of our broadcasts. We hope both, because that would be a great usage of your time. But either way, whatever you're doing, you don't want to look away from the action for too long. And the YSN scoreboard is a great and easy way to get live updated scores from your favorite teams across the YSN family. Whether it be your heated rivals or your best friends, if they're on YSN, they're on the scoreboard. You can find out how they're doing there. ysnlive.com/scores is where you can find it, and it's presented by Burnett Pools, Spas, and Hot Tubs. And we are so grateful that they allow us to bring the scoreboard to you, a great add-on to our website that, by the way, already rocks. Like, our website is like, I'm always floored by how good it looks. And I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm patting what really makes it tick, which are Gary Leininger, our ace photographer, who is always out there getting great shots of your favorite athletes. And then also the photographers that we have great partnerships with. I'm talking about Mahoning Valley Sports, Phoenix Photography. I want to give a shout out to Ben Cole from Garfield, helping us out with Garfield pictures. Always great to get pictures of those guys up there in Portage County. And we have to use them a lot because Garfield's pretty good. Colin Chadwick, got to give him a shout out. He's a great supporter of YSN, a great photographer for Lakeview. So usually if you see a Lakeview story, more times than not, it's a Colin Chadwick picture. So a lot of guys and a lot of photographers that go out there that do great work that let us use their pictures as well. But special shout out to Gary Leininger, who is on staff at YSN as our ace photographer. We get to send him places. The other ones we just kind of use, and we can't say, hey, can you go here? But Gary, we can send him out to the games that we know are going to be big, and he'll be at soccer tonight getting Boardman boys. We'll talk about that and what's coming up tonight at the end of the show. But I want to give a shout out to our photographers out there, because without them, our website would not, our website would not be anything special. But the photography that in the especially the front page photography that you see, the blown up front page stories, always grade A, and they do a great job for us. So let's scroll down and talk about the scoreboard from last night. It was a little bit of a slower night for volleyball. Only 6 games that were being played. Wednesday, like I said, usually Wednesdays are a little bit heavy and Mondays are the ones that are light, but this week it kind of flipped where we had quite a few matches on Monday, and Wednesday was pretty light for volleyball. Still 6 matches though, and a big one. If you're a volleyball fan, we haven't talked about Archbishop Hoban nearly enough on this show because we talk a lot of volleyball. I'm a volleyball fanatic. I love it. But we haven't really discussed just how good this Archbishop Hoban team is. We're going to do that today. They beat Magnificat, the number 3 team in Division 1. Did not misspeak there. Number 3 in Division 1. They beat them in straight sets. And it wasn't easy, but it also wasn't like sweating it out close where, oh my gosh, they're only winning, 27-25. Or it was all straight sets. There was one lopsided one, 25-14 in the middle. The other 2 were 25 in the 20s. I think 25-22, 25-21, somewhere around there. But the point is, Hoban did not need any extra points or anything other than 25. 75 straight points to beat the number 3 team in Division 1. Didn't even get a set off these nights. I really do think Hoban is a team that you have to talk about when you talk about going to state. And we haven't had a state volleyball team since we started Ysn. We have not had a volleyball team go to Wright State. This year it would be somewhere else until the championship, because now with 7 divisions, the state semifinals are going to be at a neutral site that's away from Wright State. But still, we haven't had a team get past regionals yet. We've had a couple of teams get into the regional finals, Crestview last year, but we've never had a team punch their ticket to state in volleyball at Ysn. And I think the Knights, they're looking like they could be a team that could do it. They might benefit from that expansion of divisions, because now the huge gap that used to exist in Division 1 between the top and the bottom of Division 1 is no longer there. And if you look at Hoban, I want to confirm this before I say it because I don't want to misspeak, but they're not Division 1. Hoban in the state is Division 3. Division 3. They're ranked number 2 in the state right now, just behind a team called Tippecanoe, which it sounds like it would be local because we have a Tippecanoe street, but it's not local. Tippecanoe is up in Tip City, Ohio. I want to look up where that is. Hold on. This is what you get on Running Point. My brain kind of goes on tangents, but now I kind of want to know where Tip City is. Tip City, Ohio. That's far away. Look at that. That is down. That is down by just north of Dayton. So, odds are, Hoban is not going to see that team in the regionals, obviously, because they're down south right outside of Dayton. So, if things continue the way they are and Hoban goes through the rest of the season the way they are, they will be the highest ranked team in the region. They are destroying teams left and right. They've not lost a 5-set match. They haven't lost any match. They're undefeated so far on the year. They've beaten almost nothing but high-level teams. There's not a lot of teams in their schedule that don't have at least 6 wins. I'm trying to see if they've even lost. They've lost a set to Revere and Brunswick, and then they lost a set to Wadsworth. They have not lost more than 1 set, so they've played 0 5-set matches this year. This team is just, it's ridiculous how good they are. They have 3, 6, 7 games left on their schedule. A big one, I think, against Independence coming up in October. Independence is a smaller school powerhouse that right now I have to check their division too because divisions are different. They were always in Division 3. Now they're in Division 6. So Division 6, but a powerhouse in Division 6. In fact, they're ranked number. They're ranked just above Fairview right now in Division 6. Now, and they're undefeated right now as well, 8-0 on the season. So, um, yeah, Independence, they're pretty good. So I'm looking at that matchup, but I'm also looking at the next one where they play St. Joseph Academy, an 8-win team that's going to be coming on the road for Hoban. That's coming up Tuesday. They go on the road to St. Joseph's, and St. Joe's always a tough team, but Hoban has been up for every task, every challenge so far this year, and I honestly think like I'm watching them play volleyball, and I'm like, this is a state team. They have so many weapons. They have a great setter, a great back row defense. They get balls up in the air. I don't see a whole lot of weaknesses. I would love to see Hoban versus Crestview. That's not going to happen, of course. They're in completely different divisions, but they're kind of the same way right now, where it's hard to find a hole in Crestview's game, and they haven't really been tested. And same thing with Hoban; they haven't really been pushed at all. So the Knights should not be under the radar in YSN at all. They are driving for what we think could be a very deep tournament run if things go right. Boardman gets a straight set victory over Cardinal Mooney. Maya Flores putting up another big night for the Spartans. This one was a heartbreaker for East. They were up 12-7 in the fifth set. Could not close it out. Warren Harding comes back and wins, I believe, 17-15 in set 5 to get the 3-2 victory over East. East Palestine takes a set from Wellsville, but that's all they could get as the Tigers claw up at home and get the 3-1 victory over the Bulldogs. LeBray gets a battle from a very hot Warren. What am I saying? Warren JFK is next. Jackson Milton team that beat Springfield Tuesday night. So they were coming into Wednesday really feeling high on themselves. And they fought tooth and nail with this LeBray team. 5 sets, LeBray escapes. Now, a note that I don't want anything to take away from Jackson Milton, but it is something to be said. Offensive leader for LeBray, not with them right now. She's down with a concussion. So Taylor Burns, we're wishing you for a speedy recovery for sure. But that is something to be of note that she was not in the lineup, but still a great Jackson Milton team right now, playing on all cylinders. They put up a heck of a fight. And they're led by, I think, a lot of good defense. I mean, Grace Johns as a libero is top level. If you haven't gone and seen Jackson Milton play volleyball yet this year, defense is really good. They have a lot of options on offense, and they have a pretty good setter. So they have all the 3 facets that you need to be a successful volleyball team. Couldn't quite finish out LeBray, but it was a battle. Let's get the set scores because I want to shout out how close this match really was. I want to also shout out Coach Kish, who is always sending us results from LeBray and helping us with stories. Jackson Milton and LeBray, here are the set scores. LeBray won set 1, 27-25. Jackson Milton won set 2, 25-23. LeBray came back, won set 3, 25-23. And then Jackson Milton won set 4, 25-20. LeBray won set 5, 15-13. That is about as close as you can get without every game going like extra points. I mean, yeah, I think you're not going to find a much better volleyball match this year on YSN than that one. And unfortunately, we couldn't get there last night. That's the unfortunate thing. I wish I would have been there. That would have been a heck of a game to call and see. Can't get to everything, and you're not going to always know which ones are going to be popping off like that. But what a great game. What a great game. Stats for LeBray, while I have him up right now, you had a triple-double from Riley Rowe. 10 kills, 13 assists, 11 digs. Triple-double. That's what it takes to win a game like this. Leah DeArmond led with 10 kills as well. She also had 11 digs, so she had a double-double. You had Shelby Bragg leading the way with assists with 19. Chloe Sanderson had 18 digs. And then blocking-wise, LeBray was pretty good. They had 5 blocks from Brielle Stout and 3 blocks from Marissa Levinsky as well. DeArmond came close to a triple-double with aces. She had 7 aces on the day. Ella Kuzmal had 5 aces. That could be a big difference for Jackson Milton going forward. You don't want to be ace that much. It's a pretty good sign that there are times when the serve-receive isn't what it should be, so that'll be something that they note and say, hey, in a close game like that, we can't give up 12-plus aces to a team. And those are as close to free points as you can get. Like, you don't even have to put pressure on your defense. You just put it over the net, and if the other team can't get it over, then it's a gift. And then JFK lost to Lake Center Christian to fill out the volleyball scoreboard in straight sets. They're a tough one for JFK. They were rolling into that matchup too, but Lake Center Christian, very good volleyball team. Boys soccer last night, Brookfield got the win over Liberty 2-1. Camel gets edged by Champion 3-1. Crestview able to beat Waterloo 4-1. We have Garfield falling to Southeast 3-0. As we scroll on to the other side of the scoreboard, Jackson Milton gets a win over Newton Falls 5-3, and Middle Ridge edges out LeBray 1-0. Girls soccer, we had Poland get the win over South Range 9-0. Poland stays atop the 88 with that win. Brookfield falls to Struthers 1-0, the final score there. Champion and Mooney work to a draw 2-2. The final score, it snaps a win streak for Champion. They were on a 8-game win streak. They were looking for 9. Now, it's still a 9-game not losing streak, at least for Champion. They did not lose this game, but it does snap the win streak for the Flashes, who are still right on board with the MVAC. So no big harm done there for the Flashes out of conference. Fitz loses a close one to Warren Harding 3-2. Howland gets the win over Boardman 3-1, the final score there. Canfield, they're able to beat West Geauga 2-0, the final. Niles, a big win to avenge the earlier season loss to Lakeview. They win 2-0 over the Bulldogs. Hubbard beats Gerard 7-0, the final score. We have Salem beating Carrollton 5-0. West Branch with a big win to get into first place in the EBC. They beat Alliance 2-1. Warren JFK gets the win over Ursuline 4-0. Beaver gets the win over Hopewell 4-1. And then last but not least, we have Mohawk falling to Riverside 2-1, the final score there. So that does it for your scoreboard from last night. We're going to take a break here on Running Point. When we come back, we have a player profile to feature on the show. It is going to be Marin Hepler from Columbiana, one of the many seniors on that team. Her player profile to be featured next on Running Point, brought to you by our good friends over at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means we want to take care of the community that takes care of us too.
And we have to work together always. And that's how you stay in business for 40 years.
You know, I love being a helper because when I help somebody, it makes me feel good.
It means a lot that I can make a difference in others' lives.
So I will do everything I can and just being there for them every step of the way.
I want them to know within the first 5 minutes that they could depend on me. That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Now you can see every school, to the smallest school, to the intermediate schools, to the schools in the outlying areas. It gives you coverage that you could just never get to before. It's something that's great to experience, and it's opened up a whole new wave of sports viewership. The possibilities are endless here at YSN. Push the envelope every day. Try something new. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, let's try another angle, and we just keep moving forward. My name is Mike Ackelson, and my sports network is your sports network.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well, connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
And it's just a great feeling to put them in a vehicle and get them all excited about a new vehicle.
At the end of the day, our goal is to be someone our customers can count on.
And every day I'll go the extra mile for the community so they can trust us.
To do anything that would convenience the customer or make them feel more at home.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them and that we're not going to go away.
That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back to Running Point on YSNLive.com, brought to you by those guys you just heard from over at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. Top right-hand corner of the screen right there where you can find their logo. They go the extra mile for you. We try to do the same here on this show every single day, and we continue that today with a player profile featured on today's show. Marin Hepler from Columbiana. We're not going to keep you waiting anymore for it. It's a great conversation. I hope you guys enjoy it. One of the seniors on that team. Here it is on Running Point. Anthony Hartwig here, Columbiana Volleyball. You know where we're going to hit this season. They're doing so well. We're joined by Marin Hepler. Marin, thank you so much for coming on, taking the time to join us today.
Oh, thank you for having me and for everything you do for us on YSN and for Columbiana.
You got it. This Columbiana team is rocking and rolling this year. Talk about some of the things that you think in the start of the season has really contributed to the success that you guys have had so far, and some of the things that you think has really driven you guys.
Well, we did have a pretty good preseason. We went to a few camps. We went to Campbell and did a camp with some other local teams there, like such as South Range and Camel, which are both great teams. We ended up winning the entire tournament, so that was a really good head start for us on that. But we also took a trip to Cedar Point this preseason, and we played Canfield, some other teams that aren't really in our area, but we've heard of. We played them up there. We didn't do as well as we expected we to do, but we still went up and experienced and had a good experience. And we also got to go to Cedar Point, so that was fun. But I just think it's bittersweet, us knowing that, especially as seniors, knowing that it's our last season and we're never going to be able to do this ever again. Really gave us the motivation to just practice hard and get ready for this upcoming season.
You said it, you're a senior. You have a lot of seniors in this group. What's it like dealing with all the emotions that I'm sure senior year brings?
It's crazy to think that it's our last ride. There's so many of us. And this group in particular has been together for so long. Like, we've played in previous sports. We've played. This group has been together since probably forever. Like since fourth grade, we were a strong basketball team. We were a strong softball team. Like we've stuck together through thick and thin, and up to this point, like we're just to know that we're gonna be with each other one last time. We wanted to make it as memorable as possible. So. Yeah.
One of the things I love about this group, right, is we've watched them throughout the 4 years. You said a good basketball team, great softball team, great volleyball team. No matter what your record is, you always come into a game with like that chip on your shoulder, like you have something to prove. For Columbiana, what do you think attributes to that? What gives you that attitude that you always feel like the underdogs, even if you go into the game, you're 10-0? What makes you feel like you have something to prove?
Well, always knowing that we have a target on our backs. It's kind of nerve-wracking going in, knowing that people want to beat us, people want to go be on top or knock us out of our undefeated record. But that also gives us a sense of motivation. It causes us to want to be undefeated. They want us to see us fail, but it pushes us to be better than everyone else. We want to try to go out and do our best and just try to work together and just do our best.
Talk about having a target on your back. This is the first season in volleyball where Columbiana is the top returning dog in the EOAC. For a long time, you guys were chasing Wellsville.
Yeah.
And they seemed like they were going to be the team that everyone wanted to beat the worst. And last year, you were able to knock them off and win the EOAC.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about what it's like in the volleyball season to be that team that now is protecting the championship and everybody wants to beat.
Yeah, well, knowing that, like I said, we have a target on our back. Wellsville was the team to beat back in previous years. Like knowing they have Stokes, who's committed to YSU, that she's a big dog. She's always out to get us, but her being one, and a lot of the teams in the UAC were hard to beat. It's just always knowing that it's hard to explain. We're very. I'm sorry.
We get it. We get it. We've covered Columbiana long enough. We know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You said a very important phrase when describing Presley Stokes. You said big dog. I got to talk about big dog because one of your teammates, Ellie Jackson, just won Baird Brothers Big Dog of the Valley.
Yeah.
And boy, did your community and your team step up. We don't give out the numbers, but let me tell you, it was big. It was a big vote for Ellie Jackson. Huge. What does it mean to you to have so many people behind your back and supporting this volleyball team and want you guys to succeed, and knowing that if maybe another player down the line lands on that list again, got a good shot of winning?
We have our community is very supportive. Last year, at the same time, we were in the same situation. We were undefeated at the time as we are now, and people were giving us a lot of kudos, just a lot of compliments, and that drives us. Just knowing that we have the community to support us and back us up is really helpful. But along with the fact that Ellie Jackson just won Big Dog, she's a humongous contributor on our team, and we're all very close. We're all close friends, and I think that has a lot to do with our teamwork on the court, on and off the court. We're close in school, and we're close when we play together. And that bond really just helps us win games, helps us move through the hard times and stuff like that.
How much did you vote for Ellie this week on Big Dogs?
I voted as much as I can.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so intimidating seeing when you go on and you vote, the amount of people that the numbers you see on there. It's humongous.
I think over 113,000. Votes this week for Baird Brothers Big Dog of the Valley on the volleyball side, more than any other sport. As a volleyball player, let's just talk about that. What's it like to know that volleyball is getting looks and eyes in the area? I mean, you had more votes in volleyball than any other sport that we do, football and soccer. What's that mean to you as a volleyball player, someone that puts a lot of time into volleyball, that people are respecting the sport and they're watching?
It makes me just appreciate it a little bit more. Like when I go out to games, being a senior, like I'm used to the big crowds. I'm used to the student sections, like being there, cheering, and there being a lot of pressure on us during the games. But I'm more used to it anymore. I mean, we have people come out from all areas. I mean, it is intimidating, like knowing that, you saw the numbers, like on the big, like when people voted for the big dog of the valley, like that, a lot of people care. I mean, there's like, and the same in like as sports I've played in before, as like softball and basketball, like people like in this area, and like specifically, like is very competitive. There are a lot of teams and players go out and they just fight for the win. So it's just, in that case, it's very nerve-wracking knowing, but at the same time, I'm used to the pressure and I'm used to people watching, and at that point, it's just comforting. But yeah,
we know that Marion's ready for pressure situations. We've seen you in enough big time spots to know that you're ready for that kind of stuff. It's your senior year, which means it's your last chance to wear the Columbiana jersey and represent the school system. What has made that so special to you to be able to represent this community and to put the Clippers across your chest every night?
It's just something really special. For always a Clipper, like just being like in Columbiana, once a Clipper, always a Clippers was what I was trying to say. But just the whole community, like I said, very supportive, but I will die for this school. I love everyone here. I love the community. It's very supportive. And it's just, but like I said, it's so sad, like being a senior, like it's very bittersweet knowing that I'll never get the opportunity to play the sport again. I've been playing since 7th grade through, again, my senior year. And it's just, like I said, knowing that I'll never get to play again is very saddening to me. But at the same time, like it gives me a sense to be in that leadership position, which I think I was ready for overall. Getting to be a role model to the underclassmen that will soon be in my position in the future. But it's just, like I said, very sad, but yeah.
You know yourself better than anybody. So what's senior night going to be like for you? Are you going to be super emotional? Are you going to be super reflective? What's senior night? What are you going to go through on senior night?
It's obviously going to be very emotional. I think for everybody it is, for our coaches, for the underclassmen on our team, for us seniors. So there's 9 of us, and just like I said, the bond we have is just unbreakable. And just knowing like that we'll never get to be on the court with each other after this year, it's just very like heartbreaking. But it's something. It's a nighttime bring us together and highlight our senior careers, and it's just a night being memorable.
It won't be your last senior night. You're a multiple sport athlete. Is there a senior night that you think is going to hit you the hardest from a sport?
To be honest, I volleyball, I love volleyball. Softball is my primary sport, and I think for softball it will be much harder. I do want to try the opportunity to play in college for softball. So in that type of sense, I don't think it will be as heartbreaking because I might get the opportunity to play again in the future. But just like I said, the bond that we all have with the girls in our grade, it's just very hard. And and just knowing that you're not going to be able to play with those girls you played with your whole life, it's just really heartbreaking.
Now, like it or not, as a senior, as someone that has had so much success in every sport they play, you're a role model. There are people that are looking at you and saying, I want to be like Marion Hepler when I grow up. I want to be where she's at. What's that like to know that, to feel that, to be someone that the youth of the Columbiana Clippers is looking at?
I try to always set a great example. You know, my dad always says before I leave the house, like, be a leader, be someone like you would want to look up to. And I get that from him a lot, and both my parents. Like I get looking up from them, and as well as my coaches. Like my coaches have always set and have been great role models to me, and I think I get a lot from that. But like I said, I think this year I was ready to take on that position. Like in the preseason, as much as I thought it could have been better, because our coaches only got the opportunity to really coach. It was weird. Like our coaches were only able to coach until some point, like a specific point. So us seniors are really only running the open gyms we had in the preseason until it was mandatory practice and the coaches got control. But just being and there wasn't always like all us seniors there. There was only a few of us. So getting to have the opportunity to be in that role has really taught me a lot. And I, like I said, try to just be as positive as I can and set a good role and set a good tone for the girl underclassmen that look up to me.
Who did you look up to when you were little? Who were the people that you said you wanted to be like?
Like I said, my parents have always been great supporters of me, great role models. So they've always set the best example. My dad was a college athlete and has always talked about how he played football in the past at Robert Morris University. And I just always looked up to that. My uncle too. My uncle played at Michigan State for football. And I've always just looked up to that and just trying to be like them, trying to play a college sport, trying to just be the best I can and be successful.
Man, you get some lineage in your family. How's the recruiting process going? What are some things that you're looking for in a college now that you're preparing for your future? What are some things that you think a program can offer you that you think would make it feel like home?
It's going pretty well. I mean, I was on the fence for a while. Didn't really know. It's a lot. Like I know people in the past I look at play for a few years and then they decide to go on and do something else with their lives. And it's a huge commitment. I know that. And I just think like my love for the sport is so strong. While I'm still on the fence about it, I would be very open to be playing in college. I haven't received any offers yet, but I'm open to taking any. And I'm working towards earning some, going to camps, reaching out to coaches, that type of stuff. That's for softball though. Like I said, softball is my primary sport. Volleyball, I have done, like I said, since I was in 7th grade. I mean, I've always had the love for it, but not like softball. But It's been going well. We're getting there, but hopefully in the future, it'll get better.
One of the ways volleyball and softball I feel is very similar is that you have to come back from mistakes very quickly. They're both sports of failure. You're going to make errors. There's a hitting percentage and a batting average for a reason in both sports because you're going to be swinging a lot. You're going to have your mistakes. What kind of things do you take from volleyball into your softball season that you think that volleyball teaches you and helps you with?
A lot of it has to do with confidence in volleyball. It's taking away from our record. It brings a lot of momentum into the softball season. I know I don't play a winter sport, so I have that break. But I take going every day from volleyball, like having a game almost 3 times a week to not really doing anything at all. So I try to take that and I go work out personally. I have a trainer. His name is Troy Parks. He's a very good trainer. He's helped me through a lot, but the momentum from volleyball into that off season and practicing and going to a hitting coach, doing travel softball, like that has really helped me go into the softball season headstrong. And my love for it, really, like the girls I play with make it so much better. And we really have a great experience. And we take that momentum from the volleyball season for the girls that do play volleyball, that do play softball, and we use it during the softball season. I mean, we try our best to have the best record we can, and in our flaws, we bounce back from them.
No winter sports. We miss you during the winter. How many times has the basketball coach or players try to get you to come on board?
I did play basketball when I was younger. I played probably since 4th grade up until my freshman year. And then after my freshman year, I decided not to play anymore. It wasn't because of the people, because obviously I love the girls and the coaching wasn't good, but it was just more a personal thing. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I did softball and volleyball. I had a stronger connection in that sense with those type of sports. And honestly, I was just better at those other sports than specifically basketball. I just think my love for it and demotion was not as strong as my other sports, but there's been many times that my friends that have played on the basketball team have begged me to come back and
come on. Senior year, let's go. Not gonna happen for Marin. But one of the things that we like to do at the end of these player profiles, because we don't want to keep you for long, we know you're in the middle of the school day. We want to give you the chance to shine a light on the people in your life. You've talked about your parents a lot already, but I'm sure there's a lot of other people, even them, that have helped you along the way. We've been talking about you so much. It's time to take the limelight off of you and put it on the people that are in your corner. So take as much time as you want. Give out some thanks. Give out some shout outs to some people that you know you wouldn't be where you are without.
Okay. Yeah, like you said, I've been talking about my parents a lot. My parents have been the biggest role models for me in life, always giving me the best and spoil me to no end. But they're great, and I look up to them. And but I also I have a sister. Her name's Josie. She's still in middle school. She's going to be a freshman next year, but she's my ride or die. I mean, even though we have our battles here and there, like, she's always there for me, and I'm always there for her, and we have our sisterly bond. My grandparents, my Grammy and my Pappy, they always come out and support me. They are always there for me. They always give me good luck texts before the game, and I really appreciate their support. And my grandma Hepler on my other side, she's always texting me up and always there for me and always supporting me. And especially my coaches. My coaches have done so much for me. They have been, again, great role models. They always support me, and they always encourage me. I mean, we've been through a lot together, and it being my senior year, I'm stuck to the hip with them, and it's very sad that I'm going to have to leave Coach Martin, Coach Wilkinson, Coach Dangler. Like, they've always been great leaders and motivate me to no end. And they're very thankful for everyone that supported me and my community and you guys on YSN. Thank you for so much for everything you do for us. We appreciate it to no end.
We've loved it, Marin. You heard it. There's another Hepler coming up. We're not done with the Hepler name at all. What sports are we going to be seeing your sister in?
Josie, she plays all the opposite sports as me. You'll see her in track, you'll see her in basketball, and you'll see her in soccer.
We can't wait. We're going to be covering her throughout her high school career. We'll keep Heplers on YSN for a long time.
Thank you.
Marin, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today during your school day. We appreciate the time. We hope we didn't keep you for too long.
Oh, no, it's okay.
We'll see you real soon, all right?
All right, thank you.
That was Marin Hepler from Columbiana joining us. Joining us a while ago, but being featured on today's episode of Running Point. What a great conversation that is. That Columbiana team is legitimate, and they're so senior led. They're gonna be a problem in the tournament when it comes around, which isn't too far off. In fact, I think the tournament draw is a week from Sunday, maybe 2 weeks from Sunday. It's very close. It's very close. You know, we have a couple more weeks of September, and then a couple of weeks into October, and the volleyball regular season is over, and we roll right into tournaments. So we got maybe 3 more weeks of regular season volleyball. It goes fast. That season is here and gone before you know it. We have more great regular season action tonight on the network and off the network around the YSN family. Let's go over the scoreboard for tonight, see what's going to be going down on the night. We will start at the top. It is volleyball, and it is a lot of volleyball. We have Mohawk playing host to Riverside. Alliance going to West Branch tonight. Badger goes to Ashtabula St. John. Lakeside goes to Conneaut. Orange hosting Harvey. We have Beaver Local. They'll be hosting East Liverpool, and the big rivalry between those two. Last matchup went 5 sets. We'll see what this one does inside the Potter Fieldhouse. Kensington Catholic goes to Louisville tonight. Canfield hosting Austintown Fitch. That's a battle for first place in the AAC. Brookfield will go to Liberty tonight. Cardinal Mooney will travel to Hubbard. We have Cocker at Pymatuning Valley, Champion at Garfield, Cheney at Ursuline, Valley Christian at Lisbon, Columbiana at Wellsville. We have LeBray going to Newton Falls, Lakeview going to Struthers. Latonia will be at East Palestine tonight. Matthews will travel to Lordstown. Middle Ridge will go to Lowville tonight. Niles goes to Girard. We have Sebring going to Jackson Milton. South Range will travel to Poland. Southeast will go to Crestview. We have Springfield going to Campbell Memorial. Edison hosting Steubenville. United going to Southern Local. Warren Harding going to Howland. Waterloo going to Western Reserve. And Beaver going to Ambridge tonight as well. Boys soccer tonight. We have East Palestine hosting Heartland Christian. Jefferson will be hosting Cornerstone Christian. We have Pymatuning Valley hosting Grand Valley. South Range going to Poland. Columbiana traveling to Ursuline. Girard going to Niles. Beaver will be on the road against Avonsworth. Mohawk will be hosting Hopewell. We have Louisville going to Kent Roosevelt. Beechwood going to Orange. Fitch will travel to Warren Harding. Howland hosting, going to Boardman, I should say. That'll be at Boardman. Canfield will be going to hosting Salem. Garfield will be hosting Rootstown, and Middle Ridge will be going to Lordstown. Girls soccer tonight, we have Grand Valley and Pymatuning Valley. Perry hosting Willoughby South. Hoban will be at home against Lexington. Hawken will be traveling to Orange. Edgewood going to Bristol. East Liverpool hosting St. Clairsville. Columbiana and Crestview playing each other at Columbiana. United traveling to Springfield. We have Garfield hosting Rootstown. LeBray going to Waterloo. Southeast hosting Woodridge. And Newton Falls going to Glen Oak tonight. Ravenna. I'm sorry. I saw the outstretched wings and I automatically thought Glen Oak. But Newton Falls going to Ravenna tonight to take on the Ravens. That is your scoreboard for the night. Let's get over what games will be on the network tonight for you to watch on ysnlive.com/live. When we start with volleyball, we're going to have 6 games on the network tonight. Eric Hughes will be a Mohawk for their matchup with Riverside. Rob Johnson will be in Louisville for their matchup with Kansas City Catholic. I will be at Canfield as they go and host Austintown Fitch. Orange School Broadcast Network has their matchup with Harvey. Rick Daly will be in Lisbon for their matchup with Valley. And then Wellsville and Columbiana will be on YSN video only, though, for that one. We go to South Range Poland will also be on their huddle cam on YSN as well. Boys soccer, we have Dom Polkovich covering the Ursuline game against Columbiana. Matt Marr will be at Niles for Girard and Niles. Beechwood and Orange will be covered by the school. School will also have Poland and South Range. Girls soccer, Perry and Willoughby South will be on the network. The school will be broadcasting that one as well. So all that will be on ysnlive.com/live. Make sure to tune in to all the action tonight. And then tomorrow we're going to be back here to recap it all. And then as always on Fridays, we'll talk all the football matchups for week 5 coming up tomorrow, 1 to 2 on Running Point. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back tomorrow. And we thank you all for tuning in today. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow. Running Point.